There are stories in the housing industries that don't make the news, stories that never go viral, stories of families who did everything right and still lost. This is one of those stories. And what makes this one different is that the horror didn't come from a scammer or a fake investor. It came from a real, legally licensed lender. A lender that claimed to help people like us. A lender that promised affordable housing. A lender that promised stability, but delivered devastation. What I'm going to tell you matches themes and factual patterns from a federal consumer protection complaint. This is Horror 2. My name is Esther. My husband Ramon works in construction. I work part-time. We have 4 children. We were renters. Small place, thin walls, cold floors. We wanted one thing, a safe place for our kids. Then came the manufactured home community. Simple home, nothing fancy. But land, sky, space. The salesperson said,
"We work with families like yours. You don't need perfect credit. You're approved."
We cried in the parking lot. We thought this was our beginning. We didn't know it was the trap. They used something called residual income. Income minus mortgage, minus debts, minus living expenses. Whatever is left is supposed to be what you have to live on. But the living expenses they used were unrealistically low. Not slightly low. Half of what families like ours spend. On paper, we looked fine. In reality, we were drowning before we began. We had 4 children, 4 growing bodies, 4 lunches, 4 shoes, 4. But the system treated us like we barely needed anything to survive. And that's how we were approved. Not because we could afford the loan, but because the model made us appear like we could. Then there was Janice, a mother of 2. 9 debts already in collections, no savings. The lender approved her anyway. On paper, she had 50 cents left each month. Not $50, not $5, negative 50 cents. That means the system literally said,
"You cannot live?"
Within months, missed payments, late fees, penalties, phone calls, threats, repossession, gone. She did everything she could and still lost. Federal law requires lenders to make a reasonable, good faith determination that borrowers can repay their loans, not just the mortgage, life. The complaint says the lender ignored clear evidence that many borrowers could not realistically repay. This violates the Truth in Lending Act, Regulation, ZED, the Consumer Financial Protection Act. They knew families like ours would struggle, and they approved the loans anyway. The results were predictable: missed payments, fees, destroyed credit, repossession. And then, the lender takes the home back, resells it, finances it again. Because in this system, failure is profitable. And then, the final blow, the lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice. That means the case is over, permanently, cannot be reopened, it cannot be refilled, it is sealed shut. And here's what that really means. There was no trial. There was no ruling on the claims. There was no moment where the families finally got to speak. The case ended not because the harm wasn't real, but because the legal systems allows powerful institutions to wait, to negotiate, to delay, to outlast. When you have money, you have time. When you have money, you have lawyers. When you have money, you have options. But when you are a working family, you have bills due on the 1st. You have mouth to feed. You have school drop-offs and shift schedules and life to survive. So the case was closed, not with justice, but with silence. Not because families could afford their loans, not because harm didn't happen, but because wealth wins quietly. Power has lawyers, time, lobbyists, money. We were the ones left holding the pain. And we just wanted a home. The horror is not the loan, not the signatures, not the repossession. The horror is that the system worked exactly as designed. We did everything right. Janice did everything she could. We were never the problem. We were the product. And until we understand that, the horror will continue. This video is for educational and storytelling purposes only. We are not accusing any specific lender, company, or individual. Characters are dramatic recreations based on themes in public consumer filings. We do not give legal or financial advice. Consult a licensed professional for personal guidance. If this story moved you, Leave a comment. Tell us your experience. Your voice helps this message reach others. If you want more stories expose the truth like this, please subscribe. It helps the channel continue this work. In a world built by money, awareness is survival.